Why, hello. Welcome to another unedited video. Ooh, there's a little glare there. Welcome to The Rosey Life, where we help you free your mind and follow your heart. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for sharing The Rosey Life with others so The Rosey Life continues to grow and becomes international. Well, it already is. It reaches millions of people around the world. All right, because why? Because I'm the best and no one teaches the law like I do. So I want to talk about choosing, choice. And a lot of people you say, how do you decide? How do I choose what I want? And I was thinking about this yesterday and today, and I thought, I'm going to make a video about this because when people affirm or imagine, create imaginal scenes, yada, 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 you read the 159,000 books, watch all the videos, it always comes back to living in the end and choosing what you want. And what happens though is there's a little hair of a difference that makes all the difference when you understand what I'm about to share with you. And that is when you say, I am wealthy, for example, right? It's coming from that you don't have it and you want it. And you're like, well, Rose, obviously, I'm affirming, I'm asking for things that I don't seem to have in this moment. I got you. I understand. Right? Or if you're wanting to be with a specific person, like a romantic person, or you want your best friend to talk to you, or whatever, any relationship, right? And then if I were to ask you, what do you want? Most likely you're going to tell me about some argument or something that happened, or that they pissed you off, or you pissed them off and now you regret it, or you feel bad and you want to take it all back, but you can't get the story out of your head because you were so mean, or they were so mean, or whatever, okay? And the whole thing becomes about them, about the money. It becomes about the person. It becomes about everything else other than you. And so then you go on these rabbit holes of trying to, oh, well, I would have never been in that position had I had a better self-concept, or I would have never, lost that or whatever if I felt worthy, right? Whatever. You go down these rabbit holes and then you try to fix all that stuff. But that's not it. Living in the end literally bypasses all of that. And I don't mean spiritual bypass, okay? And I'm like, I don't get into that stuff because I don't got time for that. I take express elevators to the top. I am at the top. I am God. I am source. I am the cause of my reality. There's like, you can't top that. I don't care about any of this other stuff, okay? So, and if you do, that's good. That's okay. And that's where you're at. Accept it, right? But what I'm sharing here is higher level of awareness on this channel. And we don't climb ladders for what is already ours. It all belongs to us already. We don't have to earn it. We don't have to change and work on ourselves or heal anything when it all belongs to us. So, okay, so in going back to a choice, a decision, when you're saying, I want something, the first thing I like to do is to clarify it, okay? Because some people say, I don't know what I want. Of course you do, right? If you're pissed off, you're anxious, you're sad, or you're bored, that right there is telling you that you want something, okay? Because the reaction is telling you that you don't like something or you're not satisfied with the situation. So then you use a reaction in the moment and you say what you want, okay? That's how I go to the end. This is the fastest way to make a decision for me. This is how I go to the end. Okay, like let's say one time I had a discussion with my son, and like he pissed me off, and I was arguing with him in my head, and I was arguing with him in person, and then I just had to stop myself, and I stopped myself from talking, and I went within, and I just like took a deep breath, and I said, shut the hell up. I said, what do you want? What do I want? What do I want to be happening right now? And I just said, I want to have fun. I want to have fun. I want to be at peace. I want us to be having a good time and be happy and just relax and have fun. That's what I want. Good. I said, good job. Now be her. How do you be her? By declaring, I am her. I am having an amazing time with my son. We're having so much fun. I'm happy. He's happy. Everything's happy. That's what I want. That's my choice. Within minutes, that's exactly what I experienced. And this goes with everything, but when you make it about the other person needing to, if I focused on him, he needs to be more respectful. He needs to apologize. He needs to do this. He needs to say he's sorry. I'm a mom. He's the child. I could have gone down that rabbit hole. But instead, I chose what I want. And here's the hiccup with a lot of people. They choose what they want, but most of us are used to choosing, and we think that the outcome of what we want, our choice, is reliant on the other person cooperating to give it to us. That our choice is reliant on money or the boss, and so then what happens is you affirm or choose something, and then you begin to wait because you think that you're reliant on something or someone outside of you, that you're waiting for them to cooperate and agree with you, or you're looking for how they could potentially give it to you, or how they would talk to you, or so you begin to wait for them to respond. So, and that's where a lot of people make a choice or affirmation from, or an imaginal act, because they think that it's reliant on another person. It's reliant on something outside of you because you're used to it. So then you stand there waiting with like your little hand out saying, okay, I said it, give it to me. Give it to me. Where is it? Give it to me. Talk. Do it. Where is it? Where is it? See, it didn't work. That's why, because you think when you choose or you affirm something that it's dependent on someone else or reliant on something else. And most of the time you're thinking about your affirmation from a place of what you're familiar with, what you've known in your lifetime, what you're familiar with, your experience, the way that it's logically happened for others, the way that it could logically happen for you. You're trying to make sense of this whole thing. You're trying to get it. And then you're waiting around, and you think that when you affirm that that's reliant on something outside of you. No, and no, and no, and no, and no, and no. When you choose and you declare that I am who I am, I say I am this, I am that, whatever the hell it is that you want, right? It's not relying on anything or anyone other than you. You are the only one you rely on. You only need your word. You only need your affirmation. You only need your imaginal act. It's your desires are not reliant or dependent on another person, on a circumstance, on a history, on a memory. It's not reliant on your feelings, your thoughts changing. It's not reliant. It's not dependent on anything absolutely at all, other than when you say it, it's like a brand new little capsule of a desire, and it comes in fresh with no attachments. It comes in fresh with no attachment, no reliance on anything. It's not dependent on anyone. That's not your job. You say what you want. That's why you make it about you. You make the declaration or the desire about you, not about the other person. Like going back to what I said with my son, I immediately ask myself, Rose, what do you want? What is it that you want? This is what I want. This is what I want to experience. Okay, this is what I want to experience. You notice I make it about me, not about him and he said and he needs to and this isn't fair. And no, I totally skip that crap because I know it's a waste of my time. I go right to the end and I ask myself, what do I want? What do I want to experience? What do I want to be happening? This is my movie. This is my story. This is my reality, not his, not anyone else's. And anything that I choose, obviously, it benefits everybody. It benefits everybody. Do you see? But if you have the understanding that, oh, I'm going to take away from them, or I'm going to hurt their feelings, or I'm infringing on their free will, or just, if you want to go down those rabbit holes, go on ahead. But you're not going to find me doing that here, because you are in your own reality and so is everyone else's. So it is your responsibility. It is your job to ask yourself, what do you want? And if you don't ask yourself what you want, I promise you, all your old beliefs, all your old programming of how you think the reality creation works and how you think it is since you were a kid, all of that stuff, don't worry, it's got your back. It'll handle it for you, and it'll appear that everybody's getting what they want and you're not, and then everybody's doing it their way, but you can't, because you're too busy worrying about what they want and hurting their feelings and them not getting what they want. Do you see? That's why it doesn't make any sense to think about anything else other than you. What do you want? And once you say, I know what I want, then declare it. Be it. I am that. It's not just sitting around saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. Yeah, you can, but at some point you got to declare that you are it. That's being it. Like I said in my last video, you're being it when you say, I am that. I am that person. I am who I say I am. I am that right now. I didn't say this other thing. And if, like, for example, it didn't happen, but let's say if my son would have continued bickering, within I would have said, no, that's not what I said. I said, I want this. That's what I said. I said what I said. I don't want that. I said, I want that. And so I don't care. It's never over until I say it's over. I'm like, actually, no. No. But I'm doing that within. And I'm just like, on the outside. But within, I've already decided this is how it is. No. And I'll just sit there and I'll say in my head, I'm like, if any other thought comes in, like a doubt, I'm like, no, that's not what I said. No. I put my order in. I said what I want. That's who I am. Period. Like somebody wrote in one of the comments, period. I like that. All right. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you guys enjoy that. And come over on my TikTok shenanigans. I don't know what the hell I'm doing over there. I'm just like having fun. Just doing. I commented on someone else's video about they're like in a hotel. They're like, why is this bedding so comfortable? And can someone tell me how to achieve this at home? And I was all, I can. I can. I don't know. I just like playing around. I don't even know why I'm telling you guys this. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you, members. And I will see y'all soon. Now I got 22 videos. I got 22 live Q&A videos in the last 2 months. I've showed up live 22 times already in the live Q&A. So if you're interested in doing the membership, remember the first level is I do additional videos, and then the second level of my membership, I show up live Q&A randomly. I just show up, and I do a lot of them. And there's a place where people post their questions ahead of time. So when I do a live, I know I go right there and I look at the questions, and then I'll answer whatever questions. So whoever's in there, and I do them all different times of the day. Like most of the time, I notice I've been doing them later at night, like at 10 p.m., midnight, when it's like 6 a.m. and in Europe, in different parts of the world. So I'm trying to get you all at different time zones. So I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.